Well, hello, Power Partners. Welcome to our informational playground. This is the first show of the new year, Starstyle, Be the Star You Are, brought to the airwaves under the auspices of Be the Star You Are charity. We are broadcasting on Voice America Media. This is the Empowerment Channel, and I am your host, Cynthia Bryan. We hope to catapult you from wishing upon a star to imagining your dreams as if they've already transpired, and hope that you will be living your dreams and live like you are the writer, producer, director, and star of your own life. The miracle moment for today is brought to you by Be the Star You Are charity. You can visit the charity at BeTheStarYouAre.org. And it's a Chinese proverb: when the heart is at peace, the body will be healthy. And that brings me to our very first guest of the year, a very good friend and a wellness expert, Deborah Myers. She's a certified acupressurist. She's an author, and she is going to talk to us today about the wellness summit that she is going to be doing in the next, the month of January, basically. She's going to share some simple, life-changing self-help acupressure tools as well. And you are going to love hearing from Deborah. Welcome, Deborah, to Star Style. Be the star you are.
Hey, it's so good to hear your voice again. Thank you for
Well,
letting
you
me
know what?
be
I
part
should
of
say
it.
welcome back, because it's been a couple of years you were on the show, but this time you're doing something that's really exciting. So, although we're going to talk about lots of different things and how you discovered acupressure for yourself and why you want to do it, I would love to start off with this wonderful summit that you have created that is beginning very shortly, and talk to us about that so that we can get them revved up. It's called Wellness from the Inside Out Summit. So why don't you just give us a little background of why you decided to do it, Deborah, and what are your goals for it?
Thank you. And thanks for asking and wanting me to be here to tell you about it and tell your audience about it. And of course, you know about it as well.
Yeah,
Fast
I'm
and
excited.
Furious.
I humbly say I got to be a part of it. So
I
thank you,
know, and I'm
Deborah.
so thrilled that you said yes. Yes, folks. Cynthia Bryan is one of my presenters. I have 22 expert speakers from all over the country and beyond. And they come from all realms of health and wellness, if you will, in the sense of, it's all about wellness from the inside out for home and school life. That's the name of the summit. And it's because I have this thing called a desire to help kids of all ages.
And
Um,
that's been your mission forever.
Yes, it has from the get-go. Yes, I'm an acupressurist, Jin Jitsu practitioner, which is an ancient form of Japanese acupressure. I've been in private practice for over 30 years, doing individual one-on-one work, both in person and virtual. I have clients all over the world, which I'm very blessed to be able to say. And I teach self-help acupressure workshops. And I've been doing that from the get-go because I want people to know that they can do the work for themselves. We all have fingertips. Pull them out of your pockets, if you will, and connect with the energy balance points on your body to help your body experience balance and harmony. It's like giving acupuncture to yourself, but instead of making use of needles, it's touch, helping the body talk with itself to get the energy to balance and to be in harmony. And when I'm talking about kids and students of all ages, it's about helping with clarity and focus and productivity. It's about helping let go of stress and anxiousness. It's about being able to step into their power so they can do what they want to do and do it even better than they ever imagined, whatever the activity, the desire, the goal is. And it was actually, Cynthia, I don't know if you knew this, it was actually,
Your car accident.
yes, it was.
Yes, I was going to ask you to talk about that, but before you do that, I just wanted to say what I think is so special about what you're doing and sharing with our audience today and with the summit is the emphasis for young people, because they, like all of us, they need the help, but this is such a wonderful tool to to start when they are young so that they can bring it into their teen years, their adult years, and can share it with their parents and others.
Oh,
So
so true.
I really appreciate it that you're really, so many people are just focused on adults. When you think of acupressure, you think of more adult things, but this, what you're talking about, is also for young people. But now I wanted to find out, take us back to that time. You said it was 1993 that this happened, and
Mhm.
you were in chronic pain after this car accident.
I
So,
was, and I was on I was on the journey of healing, and it was actually, but I kept having flare-ups, and it was one of a number of my healthcare team who said, Deborah, you're having too many flare-ups. You need to get checked again. So I went in for MRIs and the whole 9 yards and talked to 3 different surgeons and was basically told, you need to get this corrected. And that happened in 95. I mean, in 93. Okay, that's when the accident happened. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. And when, and I didn't have to have surgery because I went on the route of doing my energy work and experiencing it. I had taught myself self-help when I was in college in the 70s. I'd been introduced to energy medicine, took to it like duck to water, and felt this is good stuff. I'm going to just use it for myself. Never
Well,
entered my
you're a
conscious
healer,
thinking.
Deborah. What you are is a healer, and so it's kind of in your soul, it's in your blood. It's who you are.
Thank you. And I appreciate you saying that for sure. And it was, as I was learning it, I never entered my conscious thinking that I would do it for my livelihood. So I did a ton of different things, wore lots of different hats. And then it was in 93 at the time of that accident when I was making use of the energy work and feeling the balance and harmony and feeling my body healing that the light bulb came on saying, you know this, just do it. So at that point, I had been in real estate broker and owner of my own company for years. And after that, I was an insurance and securities agent. That's what I was doing. And I was quite successful. And at that moment in time, though, I gave all my business away and opened up what I called my new way of life, which was as an acupressurist and Jinshin Jitsu practitioner. Jinshin Jitsu is an ancient form of Japanese acupressure. And as I was doing that, and I recognized I was really stepping into my new way of being. And I can't, and now to this day, I can't imagine not getting to do what I get to do. It just floats my boat, so to
Ye-
speak.
Well, and you can see it just in your smile and your energy that, this makes you so happy to help other people live healthy, happy lives.
Thank
And
you. Thank
that is
you.
a huge, huge gift. So
Mhm.
you are bringing this to the summit, Wellness from the Inside Out for Home and School Life. Did you plan, how did this summit come to be?
Good one. Um, I had a desire to just bring the word out, and I was also looking at how could I bring in all these phenomenal professionals from different realms of working with kids and had homes and in schools and after school programs. And it was just this realization, I have so many of you literally in my life. It was just time to reach out and see what I could create.
Is
I
that
had
how you
no idea.
decided to choose the people? Is just people that you felt had made a difference or that
Yep.
you thought would be beneficial to other people?
It was a combination. I reached out to you. I'd been on your radio show before. I reached out to a few other podcast hosts I've been on and summits and um, and then I reached out to professionals who I know work with youth and families and schools, and I was all, I've got them. And then they started recommending people to me, and all of a sudden I was getting phone calls and emails from people I didn't know who said, I've heard about your summit. Can we talk? And I admit I vetted. I did major research. I searched websites and LinkedIn and you name it and said, okay. And I made a decision. Yes. And then we did 15-minute prep calls, as you well know, to make sure that the folks I was bringing in were actually compatible with what we were doing and resonating with the direction I wanted to go. And I ended up, like I said, with 22 amazing professional experts who are all about caring and wanting to bring information, guidance, nuggets of wisdom, techniques, strategies to parents, to teachers, to healthcare providers, to students of, youth of all ages, and really help bring information that that our audience may not even be aware of because they've never been told about it.
Well, it's such an exciting time. And for listeners who might be just joining us, we are talking with Deborah Myers, and she is initiating a summit in the month of January that's wellness from the inside out, and it's for all ages. It's definitely community based. I just want to give out a quick a couple of websites. I'll give it again at the end, but so that you can check
Uh-oh.
it out.
Hmm.
Deborah's website is deborahmyerswellness.com, and Myers is spelled Myers. Deborah Meyer and Deborah, Deborah. And the summit is wellnessfromtheinsideout.com. But Deborah, you told me that if people just go to deborahmyerswellness.com, you can do backslash
Summit.
summit,
Yep.
SUMMIT.
And now, as of yesterday, you can also go to my website, deborahmyerswellness.com, and it's front and center on the homepage.
Oh, okay. So they can just do that.
Oh, yeah.
And we should say that the summit is free.
Yes, it
So
is.
the amazing thing about what you're going to be giving with 22 different experts that can help release your stress and help you just have more success this year. It's the perfect time of year. This is the time when we're setting goals and resolutions, and we really want to predict our future by creating our future. This summit is going to be great. Well, Deborah, when I first met you, you had been doing the daily clean your house flow,
Yes.
which is something that you're known for.
Yes.
It's a trademark, actually,
Yes, it
right?
is. Yes, it
So
is.
I was wondering, is there anything that we could give the listeners today that some of your, just a sampling of your expertise of what we could do with a little acupressure or how to daily clean
I
your house?
Yeah. And by the way, the Daily Clean Your House flow is a 9-step self-help acupressure flow that I wrote like 25 plus years ago because I wanted my clients and students to be able to go back to their own homes and do the work for themselves. I wanted them to be able to recognize that they could continue the flow of energy that I helped them start or their body helped them start with me. And so I wrote the 9-step self-help, and I call it the Daily Clean Your House flow because the body you walk around, folks, is your
It's
house.
our house.
It's your house. And the key, the trick, if you will, is to, if you clean it out every day, give it a really good vacuuming, get rid of the dust bunnies and cobwebs, you are literally helping to prepare your body for whatever you're going to ask it to do and prepare it for whatever might come towards it. We don't plan on bad stuff, but why not be proactive and just
Mm,
take care? And at the same time, you're boosting your immune system and lymphatic systems. You're helping your body be available so it doesn't go into emotional upset because we get to literally be our very own masterminds of having conversations with our body and really help them integrate and be ready, be available, and be able to communicate not only with others, but with our own selves, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and spiritually, by the way. So the first step of the Daily Clean Your House flow, folks, so simple, is to give yourself a hug. Light, gentle
that's my
touch.
favorite one.
I
Is to
know, I
hug
love it.
yourself. I
Yeah,
mean,
if
how
you just,
often do we hug ourselves or pat ourselves on the back? We think
yep,
that's ego or something. I love it. Just everybody do that right now. Just give yourself a hug. Take
light,
that deep
light,
breath and
gentle
give yourself a
touch.
hug.
Just
It feels
light,
so
gentle
good.
touch. And you can't do any of what I show you Wrong, because there is no right. And
Hmm.
just hold light, gentle touch, no forcefulness, no pressure, no trying to, no being perfect, kick perfect right out the window. Not, there's no room for it in this technique, if you will. And as you hold, gently touching the upper arms all the way into the elbow, wherever you want to be, you're connecting with an energy balance point that's all about breath. It connects with the inhale, connects with the exhale, allows your body to receive all components of your respiratory system, get the information to be in balance and harmony. It's also connecting with your heart. It's not only connecting with the actual physical heart and the components of the heart, the circulation system, it is connecting with your heartstrings, with your emotional sense of well-being. You are giving yourself a love hug and showing yourself compassion. Your body believes and knows that you are taking care of good stuff. I worked with a 7-year-old, by the way, who, when she was showing others, saying, this is how I show myself I'm my own best friend.
Oh, that is so
Isn't
beautiful.
that
No,
beautiful?
it's beautiful. And think about it, a 7-year-old, that's either first or second grade,
Yep.
probably.
Yep.
And how wonderful that she can love herself.
Exactly.
And
And
when you love yourself, you have the capacity to love others. And I just want to say that you're going to be able to find the rest of the daily clean your house flow, the video, and you'll be able to learn more about the summit at deborahmyerswellness.com. That's DEBORAH Myers, MYERS wellness.com. And I'll be posting all this too. And at the summit, you're going to be able to hear what Deborah has to say, as well as 22 other experts in very different fields, but everything that is going to help you live a balanced life and really make this new year special. Deborah, as we come to the end of our time together here, do you want to sum it up what you would like others to know about what you do with your acupressure or the summit or whatever you'd like to tell our listeners? I
thank
think
you.
you're a gift, and so
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
let them
you.
open the present.
I love it. You're so kind. So the summit, it goes into launch mode, broadcast mode, if you will, on January 19th. Between now and then, you can go to my website and click and get all the information, sign up, register to attend, and like Cynthia said, it's complimentary. You will have an opportunity, if you so desire, to do a very, very nominal fee VIP that gives you even more availability to the speakers and to all the gifts that they have to offer. There is so much. I'm not the only one giving. There are tons. Every single one of them is just absolutely amazing at that. And I'd love to have you say yes to it and give yourself a gift. You are the one of you are, it's all about taking care of yourself first. And when you're there, then you can be there for others, for your children, for other family members. You can be there to take care of taking care of. I know that sounds like a double, but it
No, it's
is.
wonderful. Well, I think this is it's very exciting. What you do always is wonderful, but I think just the fact that you formulated this summit it's really caregiving for ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah.
And what a gift to give ourselves the beginning of the year so that it sustains you throughout the year and then throughout the ages. Well, Deborah Myers, I thank you so much for coming on Star Style, Be the Star You Are. There's going to be lots of publicity and information out there. The summit's going to start on January 19th, but please again visit deborahmyerswellness.com. And right there on her homepage, you will be able to see all the things. You can also find Deborah on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Deborah, thanks so much. You really are a treasure. And
Oh, look
I
who's
am
talking.
very, very delighted and very
Um,
honored and humbled to be part of this summit, and I thank you so much for reaching out to me. I look so forward to following what everybody does and has to say because we
Right.
have so much to learn from one another. And even if we've known it in the past, we always have to hear it again.
Oh yeah, it's all about the review. And by the way, real quick, this is not a 2 to 3 day summit where you sit in front of a computer and do it. You will get after you register, you'll get an email every day, 10 days worth. Each day you'll get a couple interviews to watch, and that's how you get to learn.
Oh, I'm so glad that you said that because
Yeah.
that does make a difference. That
Yes, it
that way
does.
you can just really plan your time. Well,
Yeah.
again, DeborahMyersWellness.com is the website. The summit is going to be absolutely amazing. It's wellness from the inside out. And think about that. I mean, I always say happiness is an inside job, but everything has to be from the inside out because
Yeah.
that's where our heart is. That's where our soul is. Thanks so much again,
Thank
Deborah,
you.
and we'll be looking forward to that summit. And
Thank
for
you.
all of you out there, please do sign up and register. Again, it's free. You're listening to Star Style, Be the Star You Are. I'm Cynthia Bryan. I'll be back in a bit with a business bite and then a couple other things before we have to say goodbye. Don't go away. Happiness is a choice. By creating more joy and happiness in your life, you will be a better employee or employer. Joyful people are optimistic and energetic. To help yourself on the journey to more fun in the workplace, write a to-do list every day, and at the top, write as your number one goal, enjoy myself. Recharge your batteries with enough sleep, a good healthy diet, and social interactions. Share positive feelings and accomplishments with your peers. Respect yourself and others. See humor in mistakes and imperfections. Allow yourself to be playful and identify the activities that make you happy. When you are joyful, your enthusiasm will be contagious in the company and in your life, and it allows your bottom line to have more dollar signs. Just remember, it takes more smiles and muscles to frown than to smile. So just smile a lot. I love your smile. Remember, you are the star of your own performance. Turn your passions into profits. I'm Cynthia Bryan with another business bite from Starstyle. For more information, visit cynthiabryan.com. That's Cynthia Bryan, Bryan with an I.com. Okay, I am ready for segment two. Deborah, you're welcome to listen in, but you don't. Well, thanks for staying with me here on Star Style. Be the star you are. I am Cynthia Bryan, and happy, 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 happy New Year. I hope you enjoyed our segment with Deborah Myers. This is going to be an amazing summit, and I really do hope that you will all participate. You'll get so much out of it, and it's going to be very exciting. What I wanted to talk about in this segment was the evolution or maybe the revolution of business cards because most of us are restarting or revamping or recharging our businesses this year. And it's interesting because the business cards have changed so much over the years. I mean, it used to be you would go to any kind of event and somebody would say, well, do you have a business card? Or let me give you my business card. But that's kind of rarer these days. So when did business cards actually come into being? You'd probably be surprised to know that it was in the 15th century China, actually the 1400s, that is 15th century. Chinese aristocrats actually used visiting cards to announce the arrival, and they let the recipient decide whether to accept the meeting with them or to say not interested. And those days, it was very intricate calligraphy and high quality paper was used, and that was to reflect the status, and so obviously you wanted to get the meeting. Then you fast forward to the 1600s, which was in Europe, and the upper class used what they called calling cards for social introductions. And on these cards, it had the name, the title, and perhaps some other practical details. These were usually engraved in gold with elaborate typefaces, and they presented by a footman. I mean, I don't know how many people have footmen. Nobody does probably these days, but a footman would present it to the guest. Then in the 1700s, businesses used trade cards to advertise actually in public spaces as well as directly to consumers. And what they put it on was they put their location, they put how they wanted to build relationships, and there was always something about how wonderful their reputation was. Traders hired designers and engravers, and they created cards with beautiful, detailed illustrations. Some of them even had maps, and they were printed on wood presses and then later on lithography. Going to the 1800s, because of rapid urbanization and industrial growth, it made business cards essential for any kind of personal branding or career advancement. And of course, by then there were new printing technologies and it enabled more elaborate designs. And they used die-cut cards and they had unique shapes, and that the shapes is what became really popular. In the 1900s, business cards became the norm, and that called for more creativity in their presentation. And it led to the rise of graphic design, logos, color schemes, typography, and paper stock was very important elements of a good business card design. Then, the 2000s, that's where we all came in. That was when the digital card era started beginning. So, virtual contact cards, they share details through QR codes on a lot of mobile devices. However, many professionals continue, I being one of them, to have business cards just because sometimes it's so much easier, especially if you're not always on your phone. But professionals continue to adopt the technology, with that tap to share information. And what's going to happen next? We really don't know. Probably it's going to be augmented reality or virtual reality. Those maybe, I mean, obviously AI is going to have something to do with it. These are all emerging as a very engaging way to present information through interactive digital elements, maybe like 3D models, maybe even animations. We'll probably be making our own commercials. Who knows? Well, that is our show for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I hope that this year is going to be just the greatest year of your life. And just do remember always that if you're asked about a New Year's prediction or what you think is going to come true, you don't really need to pay attention to it because we have to step into the year that we believe in. And the best way to predict the future is to create the future. That was something that management consultant Peter Drucker had as advice, and it is something that I completely adhere to. So I thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you're tuned to Star Style, Be the Star You Are, every week with me, Cynthia Bryan, for all your expert advice and experts from around the world. You can change your life. You can make your dreams come true. For more information about Star Style Productions or any of my books, visit cynthiabryan.com. If you're interested in getting involved in the charity Be the Star You Are, a literacy charity that really strives to empower women, families, and youth, or to make a donation, visit bethestaryouare.org. My aim is always to encourage, inspire, inform, amuse, and motivate. See beyond your physical being. Know you are already the star you dreamed of becoming. Cherish the past, dream of the future, and celebrate this moment of your life because you are the greatest. You are the best. You have something wonderful to offer. Just be you. And until we celebrate next week on the Star Style Playground, remember that love always wins, kindness always prevails, and smiles keep us happy. I'm Cynthia Bryan for Star Style, thanking you, encouraging you to be kind, be inclusive, tell the truth, live with integrity, embrace cultures, love unconditionally, encourage others, be generous, communicate, collaborate, and innovate. And most of all, be your unapologetically authentic self because everyone counts. Just go out into the world and be the star you are. Make this a fabulous year. Make sure to sign up for Deborah Myers' summit that's coming up at deborahmyerswellness.com. Again, happy 2026. It's going to be amazing. Thanks for joining me.